Coming in, yeah.
What do you think about the possibility of Spurs being above Chelsea this season? Do you think there's a high possibility now with Conte at the helm?
People aren't going to like what I'm going to say. I don't think we'll finish top 4 this year.
You don't think you'll be top 4?
No. That's not because I think we're crap. It's because I thought this before the Everton game as well, but didn't want to rub people the wrong way. I feel that we are right now in a very transitional period, and I mean very transitional period.
Why is that though?
You look at the ownership structure at Chelsea, right? We've now got a completely new owner who's very different to our previous one. However you thought of Roman Abramovich, I'm not talking about the politics here, I'm talking about
you better keep the politics out of
it. I'm talking about the man himself and what he did and how he ran the club. Everything was quite secretive, I think is the wrong word. But we were run like a business. No one really said anything. There wasn't really an open press about it. Now Chelsea is becoming a bit more open, like pre-season tour with the LA Dodgers and all sorts of stuff, being a bit obviously more Americanised. It's an interesting situation, I think. I think we're in a position where we've got to analyse. We're redeveloping. We're doing everything differently. So. It's not a bad thing, I just think people need to. You can't expect us to just smoothly go through everything. And I think the way that we're running it is now Marina Grabaskar was sorting all the transfers. Now, instead of getting a short list and sending it to Marina, Tuchel's going, I want this person. And then Bowley's dealing with it. He's learned his lesson, clearly, because he's looking at bringing the sporting director to do it, which is good, But this is what I mean, it's little niggling problems, little things that we're trying that I think are going to make it a bit more difficult for us to just go from A to B. It's going to be A, stuck at A for a little while before hitting B. I think we should be looking at a couple of years and going from there. But I think the most important thing is holding on to Thomas Tuchel in that whole process. The football's not great at the minute. We saw in the Everton game we haven't really developed past what our problems were last year, but that's going to take time. So, again, this is a whole process, and I don't think football fans, including myself, I was getting frustrated in the Everton game, but I'm kind of going afterwards, taking a step back and going, actually, we need to be careful here. You have those moments where it's going to have those teething problems. It's not, like I said, it's not a bad thing, but people are going to need to be prepared to deal with this project.
You think goes to show this what's happening at Chelsea right now, how much a difference it makes from everyone from the top down being on the same page in terms of projects and stuff. Because in terms of windows, you've signed Sterling, you've signed Koulibaly. It's not like it's been a terrible window or anything like that.
It's been a good window.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden, even though it's been a good window, you're still not sure about top 4. Whereas, let's say you had the same window, but Abramovich was still at the helm, I reckon you'd be a lot more confident of progressing and kicking on.
Yeah.
So I think it goes to show how much it can make a difference, everyone being on the same page just from the top down, and it had not even necessarily just from a footballing perspective.
Well, this is it, and it's all a learning curve, which I don't think people have appreciated. But people haven't appreciated yet. Because we want you to look back. Like for example, didn't like Sarri's football. I thought there was times I was like, okay, I get what he's trying to do and develop here. But at the same time, we're going to have to deal with all of this, and it was getting annoying. He'd be sitting there going, all right, fucking hell, Maurice, what are you doing? How much off the top by isn't it?
I would say, about that much.
That much, yeah?
Yeah.
So there'd be times you'd be watching it and to believe in the process, all this sort of stuff, whatever. But you appreciate in hindsight what he's done for Chelsea and how he redeveloped us in certain things and certain players that came in and styles of football. But having everyone on the same page and guy pushing forward is always going to be difficult. It's never going to be perfect. So the fact that Spurs have got what they have with Paratici and Conte to push forward.
That's the difference between Spurs and Chelsea at the moment. It's not even necessarily the quality of players in the squad. I think Chelsea have a very good squad, and maybe they could do with a striker, but they have a very good squad. But at the moment, Tottenham just everyone seems to be pulling in the same direction right now. Chelsea just seems a bit fractured, and it needs to be everything needs to be rebuilt a bit after what happened last season.
Yeah, well, that's the big thing. It's last season, which is where we're going, okay, this is a fresh start. There is no, it's not perfect. It's not in a position where we can look at it and go, cool, we're good to go now, that's it, don't need to worry. It's everything is going to be different. It is all change, and it's going to take time.
Does it worry you, like the processes that Tottenham and Arsenal are on at the moment, looking like?
No, we're on a different journey. I think you guys are further ahead of us on this, but I think because of the structure, even though it's all change, because of the structure we had before, because of the deals that were put in place by the Abramovich party, in terms of saying you have to spend X in this money, you have to do this, you have to do that, Bowley will catch up quickly. I mean, it took Fenway Sports about 2-3 years before they started getting it right, and I think he's obviously looked at that and gone, okay, this is what Liverpool did wrong, this is what we're going to do better. And I think that is going to be a hell of a positive for us in terms of how we're handling stuff. So we'll have to see, really.